All right, it is time for Currently Reading Challenge TBR week number 5. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. This is going to be my picks for week 5 of my Currently Reading Challenge. If you're new to this, my Currently Reading Challenge is where I focus on the books that I am currently reading. I have 2 jars, one for fiction, one for nonfiction. Every week I pick 5 titles, and the goal is to read 75 pages a day, 5 days out of the week. So the grand total of the week should be 375 pages of the books I'm currently reading. That's the goal. And I've been doing this all through October. I actually started in September, and I also did a round of it back in May, and it's really fun to do. And given the fact that my currently reading has been around 30 at least for the entire year, it was time to do another round. And then as this is November, in a new month, I do want to participate in a couple of readathons, but I also want to participate in a way that doesn't offset my currently reading challenge and my goals. So what I've decided to do is I am going to participate in Nonfiction November, but what I am going to do is I'm just going to embrace the spirit of Nonfiction November, which is to read more nonfiction than you normally do. So this week I'm going to pick 3 nonfiction and 2 fiction instead of 3 fiction and 2 nonfiction. Whether this ends up being more nonfiction pages or not, I'm not sure. That'll be a bit of an experiment, but that's what I have decided to do. So just go very simple, stay with the books I'm currently reading. I think I'm in the middle of 9 nonfiction titles at least. So there's lots to choose from, and so we'll see how that goes. And then also I want to participate in Lovember, which is created and hosted by Becca. I will leave an announcement video link up above and down below, and also leave the Nonfiction November link to Olive's announcement video down below so that you have that information for you should you choose to participate. But Lovember is a readathon that created by Becca, and it is all about reading romance, and I just really love this idea. And she has created 6 prompts, and there's tiers. I missed the tiers. I actually missed that it is tiered. But what I've decided to do, and I hope this is okay, what I've decided to do is I've picked a title for each of the prompts, and then I will do a randomizer spinner wheel for the prompt, and then we'll see which title I will read. I have chosen almost exclusively novellas, so I will hopefully always finish the title, and so if I finish it by the end of the week, next week I will pick another title. I will leave a table of contents down below, as always, to the different sections of the video, so if you want to jump ahead and find out what romance I will be reading this week, you can do that. So those are the 2 readathons that I plan on participating in, and I hope this works out. I really, I have noticed one of the challenges from looking at what is on my currently reading, it often is titles I started for readathons or read-alongs and then didn't finish in the allotted time. So this is also a bit of an experiment to see, can I participate in a readathon without ending up increasing my currently reading? I don't know. I hope so. And I might next year have to not participate in anything, or find a way to participate without just exponentially increasing my currently reading. We shall see. We shall see if that happens. But let's live in the now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what my 5 picks are for the weeks. So as I mentioned, this week we are going to be reading more nonfiction. So first of 3 nonfiction picks starts now. So let's see what the first nonfiction will be. This part's always fun but unnerving, Oh, is it? I think it's that one. Okay. Ooh, that was noisy. Sorry about that. Ooh, long. Is that upside down? Ooh! Oh, well! Outline alphabets, 100 complete fonts. Well, that is exciting because I gotta say, I have missed it when this one has not popped up. So, Outline Alphabets, 100 complete fonts by Dan X Solo. This one has come up several times and this one I don't technically read. What I do is I look at the alphabet and spend time creating it. Do I have it handy? I have done, I think it's this one, several so far, and it has been a lot of fun. And so each of them takes about 25 minutes, or one episode of Dark Shadows. That's what I do. I put on dark shadows and then I work on an alphabet. So I'm looking forward to that. Although it does, actually this works out well because now I'll at least have 2 read nonfictions. And because outline alphabets is a bit more of an activity, shall we say. So, okay, outline alphabets, as I mentioned already, I did miss it in the weeks that it wasn't picked, so I am really happy. I did do some art. I did do some portrait. I have a portrait class that I'm working on, and I did do some of that in the off week, but not as many alphabets as I got in. Okay, so let's do first fiction pick. I think I need a different fiction jar because this is thankfully getting a little smaller with the choices. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a skinny one. Oh, The Progress of Love. Okay, so this is by, I forgot to say, with outline alphabets, I have 89 alphabets to go. So, The Progress of Love by Alice Munro. This is Canadian fiction, short story collection. I have 5 short stories left. 201 pages. Huh. I know I always say it's not about the finishes, but 200 pages of Canadian fiction in 1 week. I'm not sure I can do that, but 5, and I read 5 out of the 7 days. We'll see how I do. So this one has been a little, to be honest, has been a bit variable, and I think I stopped reading it because one of the stories I read, I was a little like, But then the last time I picked this from the jars, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed most of them. There was one that was a little like, But I think most of it is sort of like the timeliness of, like, there's just some, like as time goes on, things change. And this is from 86. So, we've come a long way since then. So, but Alice Munro is a phenomenal writer. And, oh, wow. Okay, so Canadian fiction. Okay, all right. Let's see where we go next. So, second of 3 nonfictions. Isn't that one? That one keeps on jumping out. I don't know. Do I want to always pick the jumper? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Which will this be? A History of Reading. Okay. This is by Alberto Manguel. This one has come up before. This is a really interesting work. It's not always about the history of books. It's about the history of reading. And so, like, some of the chapters in the past were private reading. That one was really interesting. That one wasn't less interesting. The Missing First Page. I don't even know what that is. And then, okay, so my next chapter to read is Reading of the Future. It's actually a bit creepy, that sculpture, which is it's a colossal head of the first Christian emperor, Constantine the Great. So I guess I'm not sure where we're going for that. So Reading the Future and the Symbolic Reader. Very interesting. This one is actually, because it always every chapter starts with a full page photo, and there are photos and illustrations throughout. It's a little faster than I thought it would be, but it is very, it's thinking stuff, which is good because nonfiction should make you think. Fiction should make, shouldn't always go with should. Anyway, but, shoulds are challenging. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this the last time I picked this up, so I'm looking forward to getting more into it. I don't think I can finish this in the week. No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This probably will take 2 more times. But getting further in will be good. And I have, where did I put it? Oh, not that one. How many more pages do I have in this one? 116 pages left. So still a fair amount of pages on that one. All right. Second fiction title for the week. Second and last. Except romance will happen. There will be a romance pick later. Yay! But for my currently reading, it's going to be that one. What shall it be? Oh. Yes! Smoke Bitten. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have a lot less than this, 317 pages. I just started reading this before I started this round of the challenge. So Smoke Bitten by Patricia Briggs. This is an urban fantasy novel. It's part of the Mercy Thompson series. It's the most recent release of the Mercy Thompson series, and the next one comes out next year. So I really want to finish this by the end of the year so that when the new title comes out, I can read it right away or as soon as my library hold comes in. I can't remember if this is, I think this might be 12. Or it might be 11. I'm not sure. So it's one of the very few urban fantasy series that I've kept like pretty much up to date on. So I really want to stick with it. Okay, so this is actually good because these are totally very different, although the color is very similar. It's actually very similar. But they're very, very different. So, oh wow, this is going to be good. Yay! And that one hasn't come up yet, so I'm excited about that as well. But lots of pages, 317. That is a lot of pages. Okay, let's see which nonfiction will be the final nonfiction. This one. What's another skinny one? Ooh, one game at a time. Yay! Okay, this one's come up several times, actually. Like 3? Is this the 3rd time? My Journey from Small Town Alberta to Hockey's Biggest Stage by Hanarani Singh. I am looking forward to this one, and this one I have 59 pages left. Do you think Shannon is going to try and finish this one? I think Shannon is going to try and finish this one. So this is a memoir. The author is a sports broadcaster of hockey, and it's been really, really charming so far. He's a really great storyteller, and I've picked it, I think, twice throughout this, and I couldn't quite finish it the last time, so I think it reads on my face that I really want to finish this time, and it's nice to have anything that's under 100 pages, with the exception of outline alphabets, is under 100 pages is definitely sort of like the green light go situation for trying to get to the end. So I am thrilled. Although that being said, it was 60 pages of this, and this is a bit of a slow read in outline alphabets. I might need something else, but I don't want to pick 4. That feels like a lot. So maybe I will I don't know what I'll do. I will figure it out. So, but yeah, that's a lovely, lovely selection of titles. I love that. We have nonfiction, art, memoir, history of reading, progress of love, Canadian fiction, and urban fantasy. I think that feels like a delight. After last week, I am thrilled, absolutely thrilled to have this week be like this, honestly, because last week was tough. I also will be continuing to read Thunderhead. That is my current read with my current buddy read that I'm reading with Izzy, Kate Kelly, and Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. The live show will be November 9th on Izzy Punk Rock Girl PA's channel, which I'll leave down below. So that's the second in the Scythe series. And I have one more week left in. I had to time out my reading because it's a long one. It's 500 pages. So now we are on to Lovember. I am super excited about this, and I'm just so curious as to what will end up being my pick for the week. As I mentioned before, the readathon is created and hosted by Read Becca. There is a prompt card with 6 prompts, and I have put those 6 prompts here on a spinner. So we are going to spin the wheel and see what ends up being the pick for the week. Animal. Okay, so animal is this one. Oops, this decided to choose. Where am I going? Okay, so this is I found this on Scribd. So it is Rebel Bear's Fated Mate by K.R. Max. And it's a shifter, from what I can tell, it's a shifter romance with a bear shifter, which I actually don't think I've read before. I don't know, there might be one in the Side Changelings that I read that there may be, I don't know if it was the protagonist or not. So, and this is a fated mates situation, which I actually haven't read from too often. I found that once I realized that, I feel like they can be a little I don't know this. Once I realized that fated mates was a trope, then I thought, oh wow, that's really formulaic. Romance can be very formulaic, but it just sort of threw me off reading one. So I'm really glad to actually have the opportunity to jump back in and read a shifter romance, because it actually has been quite some time. This one is, I did write the page count somewhere. Where is it? Lovember. Faded, Rebel Bear, 89 pages. It's on Scribd. It's part of a series, and there are several titles in this series on Scribd. So I'm looking forward to this. I really hope, I think I can read 89 pages in one day. I just realized now I have a paranormal romance and an urban fantasy at the same time, which isn't something I normally do, but I will make it work. I will totally make it work. I am looking forward to trying this out. Hopefully I finish it by the end of the week. If not, I will just keep reading it. I'm not going to worry too much about that. As I said, for Lovember, I have picked almost exclusively novellas. I do have one longer title, but it is from an author I've read before in a series I'm familiar with, so I thought it was okay, and it was still under 200 pages. But this is only 89 pages. Yay! So let's do the math. Okay, so if we're looking at okay, so for the math, for the currently reading Jar Picks, I have 317 pages. This is 89 pages, so 400. Progress of Love is 200, so 600. History of Reading is 116, so 716-ish. And this is 59 pages, so 716. So that's just under 800. And then when you add in Rebel Bear's Fated Mate, I lost it. It's either 800 or 900. Under 1,000. That's actually, I think, the first week under 1,000. I think that says something. I think that says that the currently reading project is working. I really hope that it is working. It does feel like it. I am making progress. You know, even on the weeks with the slower reads, I still do always make progress. And so I'm happy about that. And so fingers crossed, things will continue as such. And I look forward to seeing how things go. I think almost always I get sort of 2 physical and 3 digital, or one week I had 3 physical. Anyway, I am really happy about this. Let me know down below, what are you participating in Lovember? Are you participating in Nonfiction November? Do you read Fated Mates? Did you know that that was like a trope? Like, I feel like it's even stronger than a trope. I feel like it's almost a subgenre of paranormal romance. So I'm going to be really curious to see how that feels to read it, because, as I said, it has been a while. So there you go. Oh, this is also being posted on Happy Halloween. So on Halloween. So happy Halloween, or blessed Samhain, or have a wonderful Sunday for whichever you celebrate or don't celebrate. And so that is my TBR for the week. Wish me luck. This one feels like a huge relief from last week, which is, I think, one of the reasons why I like doing weekly TBRs, because even if you have a tough week, you know, you get a fresh start the next week. So fingers crossed, fresh start goes well. And and I'll be back soon in another video. And my wrap up will go up actually this week on Tuesday, because I do my 1 second every day on the 1st of the month. So wrap up will be Tuesday, so look forward to that. And yeah, I'll be back soon. Thanks so much for watching.